Hello all and welcome to the first tranche of this year's Harpers 50 Best Indies 2026 listing. This celebrates the very best from the ever-evolving UK independent merchant sector. I'm Andrew Catchpole, editor of Harpers Wine and Spirit, and once again this year I'll be revealing the list 10 a day across the course of the week, beginning with those placed at 50 to 41. And then, on Friday, we'll have the big reveal of the top 10 filmed live at our Top 10 Indie Merchant Lunch, where the expectant superheroes of the indie drinks retailing world gathered to hear the final countdown. But before we begin this year's big reveal, a word on how 50 Best works. This list aims to celebrate the best in the business, regardless of size or format, taking into consideration many aspects of the operation. These include the company ethos, the portfolio, including specialism and points of difference, the services offered to customers and wholesale clients, promotions and events, marketing activities including social media and online presence, investment and growth in the business, advancement for staff, innovation and sustainability in all its forms. A big thanks too for our judges who put in so much time this year to ensure the 50 Best ranking is as rigorous as can be, with the best duly awarded their place on our list. So thank you Mark Withercombe of Walker & Woodhouse, Nikki Forrest of Phipps Relations, Simon Cairns of Simon Cairns Consulting, all of whom joined me to judge this year's list of worthy winners. And finally, before we begin this year's countdown, I'd also like to thank our sponsors, who are Walker & Woodhouse and Laurent Perrier, whose generous support makes the 50 Best Indies possible. So let's begin. At number 50 comes an entry that is already showing the quality of the listings ahead. This family-owned indie places a special emphasis on smaller and unique producers, boasting over 1,200 wines, 400 craft beers and 200 spirits, with all offering consistent high quality. Backed by a roster of engaging tastings and interactive events, this business sets the bar for how good an indie should be. From Hampton Hill, it's Noble Green Wines. On to 49. And we have an ever-growing Scottish success story. From modest indie roots in Scotland to today's countrywide wholesale arm, this successful merchant now continues to grow its agency side, focusing on real partnerships with producers. As such, it offers a strong and individual portfolio, while also taking care of details such as good staff training. Based across Edinburgh, Inverness and Stirling, it is Woodwinter's Wines and Whiskies. At 48, is an indie where taste reigns supreme. With a name that means appetite in Welsh, this one-stop organoleptic shop is a wine and food hub. As such, it combines a state-of-the-art wine shop, delicatessen and cafe with a bespoke catering arm and a generous event side too. And needless to say, an unparalleled range of Welsh wines, beers and spirits are also championed. From Llanrwst in Wales, it's Blas ar Fwed, and I hope I pronounced that correctly for you. And so on to 47 in East Anglia. Now with 2 shops to its name and a connection to specialist importer Marta Vine, this Norfolk-based merchant specialises in Portugal, importing around 65% of its portfolio. Big on community focus and tie-ins, the regular food trucks, live music and art help complete a very compelling scene. From Norfolk, it's Vind Me, Enoteca and Cellars. And so on to 46, and we head to the capital. This hybrid bottle shop takes a no-fuss, unpretentious and inclusive approach to selling its European biased range. Moreover, globally flavoured street food pop-ups, wine masterclasses and off-list Tuesdays are all part of the imaginative and locally focused mix of this welcoming indie. Its East London favourite, Vino Tap. At 45, we look to an historic Suffolk market town. Starting as a pop-up during the pandemic, this dynamic drinks business has grown to combine bricks and mortar retail with wholesale and a roster of wine events, also arranging its portfolio by style. Meanwhile, investment and innovation continue apace. From Bury St Edmunds, we welcome Vino Gusto. On to number 44, and we're back to the capital. Having grown from a traditional brick and mortar shop into a dynamic business transitioning into the digital space, investment here continues apace. a loyalty programme underpinning much community engagement, plus a revamped website, the launch of a major education programme and great staff training are all part of the picture here. From North London, it's Mill Hill Wines. Okay, at 43 we have a rising South Coast star. An independent hybrid bottle shop, tasting room and wine bar. This merchant specialises in artisan wines, craft beers, ciders and spirits and, of course, expert advice. Prioritising sustainably made wines, there's a large selection of organic, biodynamic and natural bottles, with this merchant also championing local and British where it can. From shore and by sea, it is Pallet Bottle Shop. Next up, number 42, where we head for the Peak District. A family-run business, everything here is, in their own words, about connection. Connection to the customers, the suppliers, the producers, and the way that wine connects the dots with all parts of this equation. There's also much direct importing here, particularly from Bordeaux, Italy and Provence, and a refreshing emphasis on a carefully curated range of under £10 wines to meet the times. From Bakewell, this is Hattersley Wines. So, rising up this 10, as we reach the end of the first tranche of winners, the indie merchant coming in at number 41 is a Northamptonshire favourite. With 2 shops and entering its 125th year of business, this 4th generation classic independent wine merchant continues to deliver a superb range backed by impeccable service and support for its customers. And its motto of, if you don't like it, bring it back and we'll drink it for you, tells you all you need to know about the winning ethos here. Congratulations to AMP's wine merchants of Oundle and Petersburg. So, a hearty congratulations to the first 10 merchants to make it onto our 50 Best Indies list. Each is a highly individual and distinctive business, and yet all share the focus on quality and individuality that is the hallmark of a 50 Best merchant and marks out UK Indies as among the best wine retailers in the world. Congratulations all, and we look forward to unveiling the next tranche of our 50 Best list at the same time, in the same place, tomorrow. Thank you for listening in.